The Prince of Wales has heard about the devastating human suffering caused by the ongoing war in the Middle East and Gaza, as he paid a visit to the British Red Cross headquarters in London on Tuesday. William spoke to aid workers and heard firsthand about their experience of working to help victims of the conflict, saying he was deeply moved as a father by the whole situation. The British Red Cross, which has an emergency fundraising appeal, is providing humanitarian support in the region in the form of first aid, ambulances, and medical support. The Red Cross Red Crescent movement is leading operations, including Megan David Adam in Israel and the Palestine Red Crescent Society. William heard about these operations in place, as well as the latest situation on the ground, in particular in Gaza. On arrival, he was met by Beatrice But-Sanasita, CEO of the British Red Cross, and Liz Padmore, the organization's chair. William had been due to visit the British Red Cross headquarters earlier with his wife Kate, but they had to postpone the visit after she was admitted to hospital for abdominal surgery. "It was important, to me, to get back in as soon as possible," William told Rory Moylan, head of region for the charity, during one conversation, referencing his visit to Israel and the occupied West Bank in 2018. William said, "I obviously went there in 2018 and I feel it had a lasting impression on me. So I have always been keeping an eye on what's going on. I am very keen to hear from you guys what's going on the ground and how the Red Cross teams, in particular, are managing in very difficult circumstances." Speaking about the situation in Gaza, Mr. Moylan added, "There's no hospital that is functioning, staff are operating under intolerable conditions, without proper resources, they are displaced themselves and worried for their families. Food, people are effectively starving." William, who was accompanied by his new international affairs advisor, David Hunt, listened intently and looked visibly concerned during the conversation. He was also introduced to members of the charity's psychosocial team, who provide mental health support to those who are enduring trauma and suffering around the world. "How do you approach the situation? How do you start a conversation?" he asked employees. On his way to the next part of the charity visit, William stopped to chat to employees who were sitting eating lunch in their open plan office. "Lunch. Bit of Pret, more Pret. Someone needs to have a burger. This all looks very healthy," William joked, before seriously thanking them for their efforts. "I want to thank you guys for all your hard work. You are making a massive difference. You are dealing with a very serious, very traumatic, very hostile situation and you keep going every day. Extraordinary. Keep positive. It just feels like we go from one crisis to another." William also took part in a video call with some of the teams operating in the region, who are supporting the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. He spoke to Pascal Hunt, senior crisis manager from the International Committee of the Red Cross, who called in live from Gaza. Palisade said that William, who will visit a synagogue at a later date to join a discussion with young people from different communities who are advocates against hatred and anti-Semitism, had thought a lot about making a statement. The statement was released just before William's visit to the British Red Cross, a charity that his grandmother, the late Queen, was patron of.
I have to admit that what I see here, it's really, I don't even have words anymore to describe what we're seeing, what we are hearing. I'm doing that job for the last 30 years. I'm head of delegation for the RCRC for more than 20 years. I was the head of delegation in Ukraine last year and in many of the crises in Afghanistan, Syria. And this is, something that is, I think, unprecedented, with a health system that is totally collapsed. And a hospital needs not only to be protected as a structure, but if there is not there, if you have any questions, please.
Thank you, Pascal. Pascal, how are you keeping spirits up in your organisation? How are you keeping people motivated to deliver the support and the humanitarian work you're doing in such conditions?
Because humanitarian alone, we are a bit powerless in such an environment.